Welcome to Chieftain Prep Rally. I'm Jeff Letofsky, Prep Sports Editor at the Pueblo Chieftain, along with Jeff Bersch, a writer, and we also have a new man on the staff, Marcus Hill, who's helping us out. He'll be doing wrestling this winter, along with a couple other sports. But we're going to talk about the winter sports season and what we've come up with so far. We have a couple real good feel-good stories to start out with, Jeff, and really number one, I think, is maybe the Pueblo West girls, who only have, in basketball, they only have 2 seniors on their roster, and they're the number 1 team in the state. They're the number 1 team in RPI in the state. They had a long winning streak to open the season. They lost a game. They've lost a player in Olivia Lowe, who has sat out 5 games. She's their senior leader and a captain, but they just keep rolling.
Yeah, they played well for sure. Pueblo West boys are also having a great year. The football team had a great year. The whole school in sports is having a pretty solid 2017-18 season right so far, and girls basketball definitely being number 1 in the state is a big deal for us and for them. Right,
and I guess the second feel-good story of the winter season has been the Pueblo County Hornet hockey team. I mean, this team has really come together. They have a second-year coach. He's done a great job. Lee, I can't remember pronounce his last name. Go ahead.
I think it's Lejeunesse.
Lejeunesse, yes, so some French name, and real difficult to say and spell.
Yes.
I might add. But this is a team that has a little bit of everything. They have speed, they have size, they have great goaltending. I've been really impressed with their defense, and I think they're 8-1 so far. They're ranked number 10 in the state. They've scored a lot of goals. They've done a lot of things right this season, Jeff.
Yeah,
we both had a chance to see them.
Yeah, they're definitely a fun team to watch. If you haven't gotten out to Pueblo Ice Arena to see them play, that's definitely something you should do. Yeah, they're 8-1, 7-0 in the league, number 10 ranking. They're 5th in the RPI. So they're having a really good season. You mentioned their defense. They've moved a couple players who were playing forward back there to help out this season, and I think they're a team that can definitely make some noise as we kind of head toward the postseason, which surprisingly is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's not far away. Of course, the season, once Christmas, the Christmas holiday hits, and we start into January, we're not far away from the playoffs. They start in February, and then basketball season really the end of February, 1st of March, where we're going to be at the state tournament. Let's talk a little bit about basketball. We have some very good teams here. It's a carryover from football and from the other sports, but we have 4 teams, especially from 2 schools, Pueblo West and Pueblo South, who have really made a big impact in this city. The South, on the girls' side, the South girls were the state runner-up last year. They've gotten off to a real difficult start. They're 5-7. They've had injuries. They've had concussions. They've had people break their ankles. They've had sickness. They've had a little bit of battle within the team because of all this, but they still are a good team, and really they've played a great schedule, and they make some noise before it's over.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, whether it be football or softball or anything. Central softball making a run there late, it really matters. Kind of what you do at the end of the season, and with their experience, and you mentioned being state runners-up last year, it's definitely something that by the end of the season, come playoff time, that they could be right in the mix, and I'd kind of expect them. But yeah, South boys, South girls, South boys are 2nd in the state. They're 10-2. Obviously, they got off kind of a slow start as well with football running so late, being state champs. But they're playing well. They're number 2 in the state. Pueblo West is number 3. I think they're 2-5 in RPI. And they play next Tuesday. That'll certainly be the first of 2 showdowns that should.
Yeah. Tuesday's going to be a big day. The 2 teams play. They're going to play at a neutral site at Masari Arena on the CSU Pueblo campus.
Throwback.
and it's and they moved the games because they can't fit them into the gym. The gyms aren't very big. Obviously, you go to South, and they seat maybe I think they say 600, but that's pretty tight. And then Pueblo West can't even see, the number of the fans that want to come out to the game. So that first meeting is Tuesday. The girls play at 5:30. The boys play at 7. And we've got 3 teams that are ranked in the top 10. South girls have been in the top 10 during the course of the year, but they got knocked out when they had a real uncharacteristic. I think they lost 4 in a row. Well, I was talking to Shannon Lane, their coach, and she couldn't remember if they'd lost 2 in a row.
Well, they only lost 3 games last year.
Right. So this is one of the premier matchups of the season when these 4 teams get together, and then later in February they're going to meet again, and then it'll be at Southwest Motors Event Center. So those 4 games right there will go a long way toward who's going to win this league.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've talked about the great teams in the state. I think any of those 4, East boys and girls, county boys and girls, they've been receiving votes this year at different times in the polls.
Right.
So, it's not going to be easy for these teams, and every week they go in and play each other in the South Central League. They know each other so well. They see each other twice. It's obviously a battle every time.
And there's always an upset somewhere, yeah, or where some team's going to get beat. I don't know if this is the year that's going to happen. I think these teams are far and above. The East boys have a chance to beat anybody. The county girls, played Pueblo West really tough last night on a Tuesday night at Pueblo West, and Pueblo West, the girls are only going to get stronger with Olivia Lowe coming back. She's expected to be back Friday. And she's the premier player in this league. She's probably the choice for MVP, at least the early choice, at least halfway through the season. And we might mention the same. How about the boys' side? Anybody you've seen a couple names to throw out there? Kids that have really played well.
I saw last night. I saw Pueblo West for the first time, and I thought they were really impressive, especially their speed. They get up and down the court. It's hard to keep up with Naeem, Smyer Williams, and Pierre Taylor. They're just darts.
They were the same way on the football field.
Yeah, absolutely. Receiver, running back, they do it all. And they had a pretty impressive win against County last night. That was coming off a pretty good win itself. So
right. So we're looking forward to the next couple of weeks. League starts. It's already started with a couple of oddball games, I call them, that were sort of hit and miss, but the league is really going into full bore this week, and it's going to be interesting to see where the upset does occur. There may be an upset somewhere down the line, but these are 4 teams to really watch, and the state really respects these teams, and all these teams have been in the Final Four. In the last couple of years, we've had a couple state champions. South girls won it 4 or 5 years ago. Pueblo West boys just won it recently, so a lot of success in basketball, and we're looking forward to that. Moving on, we'll talk to Marcus. Marcus is doing a lot of our wrestling, and he's gonna highlight some of the kids that we need to look for. And obviously, we had Pueblo County, who's defending champion in 3A, and a team that really is loaded again and could make a run at state title.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, they're number 1 in the state right now, 4A level. And they've got a good core of guys heading up to the top of the Rockies tournament this weekend, which I believe there are 36 teams there. So I believe last year they placed, I believe it was 3rd or 4th. So they should be able to compete really strong again and do some good things up there. Along with East, they weren't too far behind. They should be right there in the mix as well.
You mentioned a couple of the top wrestlers in the area, and I know Easton County are loaded, but Centennial has a few wrestlers. South has a couple wrestlers too.
Yeah, one that sticks out for South is Xavier Espinoza. He's one of the kids I got to see a couple times. The first week I covered him, I believe he was ranked 6th, so he's probably moved around a couple of times. New rankings come out Thursday, so he could be anywhere from still 6th to maybe 4th, 3rd. Things play out just pretty strange. Who knows how that can go. And then Jacob Martinez, he's doing pretty well. He's still undefeated, if I'm correct. Had a great tournament this past weekend. Kid from Falcon, they had a nice little duel in their I think it was the semifinal match, and he came away with a 1-0 victory, 1-0 decision win, and that's probably one of the best matches I've seen him wrestle. Obviously, it's very early, but pretty good stuff on his end.
Right, and we got the most important night of the year for wrestlers is the regionals. Obviously, you get to regionals, you can either make or break your season at regionals, and really, if you don't get through the regionals, you're not going to be able to have a chance at state.
Yep, and it's just about any wrestling coach, any wrestling aficionado will tell you in high school, nothing matters until regionals. Everything's kind of a glorified practice. I mean, obviously they care about the tournaments that are going on, but it's all basically practice to get them ready and prepped for that big tournament up there and get to those state mats.
Right. So we have wrestling, we have basketball. We want to talk a little bit about girls swimming. We just noticed today that Pueblo County is ranked #1 in the state in 3A. What that means, I'm not sure, but it shows that Pueblo County has really a chance to do some damage at the state level. We do have a couple swimmers in our area that are defending champions, and we have some relay teams that won state last year. So a lot of those girls are back, and we're looking forward to covering that and seeing how the girls swimming does down the road as well. So hockey, swimming, basketball, boys and girls, and it's going to be a great winter. Thanks for joining me.